NBA action tonight. The Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Suns in Phoenix. For Phoenix, it'll be interesting to see where they take the game plan tonight. Offensively, do they rely on one or two guys to carry the load, or do they spread the wealth? We'll see. And when you look at the rise of Chris Middleton, it's just a reminder of how inexact a science scouting can be, Kenny.
I'm telling you, a second-round pick back in 2012. Now, he's made steady improvement year after year, but no one could have seen this coming.
Yeah, we know his shooting is vital to this team, but his defense, a true two-way star in this league.
That'll wrap it up as we take you courtside. Thank you so much for joining us. Do it again sometime, will you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful day as it usually is here in Phoenix. Such a dramatic setting here in the Arizona desert. Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. DA, take it away.
Well, almost all of the Greek Freak's points come in the paint. Giannis said, I can already do a lot of damage, basically without a jump shot. Just driving, making plays, and free throws. When that jump shot comes, it's going to be a problem for a lot of players in this league. Kevin?
You're right, DA. It'll be scary. Thanks. We've got great athletes tonight, Brent. Much of this game we think will be above the rim.
This is going to be fantastic. I hope we get out into some fast breaks where these guys have an opportunity to get their feet together, rise up, and get the fan. Not only them getting up, Kevin, but the fans getting up out of their seats.
You and I will be getting up, though. We'll be standing up.
You for sure will be up.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. And it's Lopez in at the 5 roaming the paint. And for the Suns, Saric and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. And it's Oubre in at the small forward position. Now here's Saric. Here's Ayton. And it's sent back by Lopez.
Oh, that's out of there. Not a high riser, but Lopez using his frame, a smart block, if you will.
Nice effort taking the early lead. Here we go.
Take a nice deep breath. You score on that first possession. Gets the game started the right way.
And Rubio kicks to Booker. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Rubio finds Booker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1.
Man, he's had 3 good looks at the basket and nothing to show for it.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Well, at 235 pounds, Middleton is hard to throw off balance, so he can take that contact and still finish through.
Now here's Booker. Oubre outside. Booker outside. The shot comes out, so Milwaukee will take it the other way.
That's 0 for 4 now. Time to slow it down and maybe get the best possible shot the next time down.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Matthews with the steal. Moving it up. And Antetokounmpo swings it in.
Giannis bringing it down, using that sensational length to get that finish.
Rubio the pass to Saric. And again, it's the Suns missing.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
And the shooting guard, Wesley Matthews, a terrific defender who has no hesitation, Greg, in taking that long 3.
A pretty good combination. Weathered an Achilles tear back in 2015, but has remained a steady rotation player.
Now here's Booker. Pass to Rubio. Here's the floater. Yep, it counts.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Yeah, massive relief there. Getting a little bit frustrating for them until that.
Whoa!
Wow. goodness. Ow.
I think Giannis loves that kind of stuff right there. His dunks sometimes get vicious.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Booker outside. The top of the key jumper is on the mark.
And not sure what you can do with a guy like that. With his handles, he can just take defenders to school.
Oubre with the steal. And Phoenix pushing it up now. And finished off by Oubre.
Oubre just does a great job right there of getting that steal.
Bucks leading by 5. For 3, Bledsoe. Offensive rebound. Antetokounmpo. Some solid defense from 8.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. In the corner, Middleton with it. A 3 ball. Here's Antetokounmpo, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Giannis has got 8 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Saric outside. Oubre outside. Rubio against Bledsoe. And Rubio kicks to Booker. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
And last year, Chris Middleton, not quite as dead-eye as he has been in the past. Still a solid shooter from all ranges.
Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Korver comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hill's subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. And for Middleton, Greg, you don't need all the volume out there from him. You just need the efficiency.
And Middleton has always been an efficient player. Great to have on a team as a second or third option.
And the call will be against George Hill. That's his first foul. Now here's Kaminsky, covered by Giannis.
Yeah, really like the defensive focus and intensity at the start.
Baines.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key. Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was. This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, you wondered if they would take some time to find their A game. They did it at jump ball. They've been awesome tonight.
Baines passes to Okobo. Knocks it loose. Here's Hill. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's Okobo. It's good. Okobo's got his second basket.
Resourceful move there. That was not an easy one to convert.
No, showing off a little bit on that one. That's a play when your coach goes, no. Okay, good play. Get back on defense.
We've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Connaughton. No points in the game yet for him.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. The Suns shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
At the line for two.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Both shots good from the stripe.
You can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Phoenix grabs the miss. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Hill with some nice D.
I'm not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And pronouncing Giannis Antetokounmpo's name correctly has been a challenge for many, something he discussed before today's game.
The worst I've ever heard was my rookie year. A guy called me Antetokounmpo, and Kounupi in Greek means mosquitoes. So he basically said anti-mosquito.
And the mosquito, definitely not a good comparison for Giannis.
Yeah, more like a condor. But that last name certainly has a lot of people looking for nicknames.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Suns, we've got Kaminsky, also Bridges out there. Aaron Baines out there with Tyler Johnson, and it's Okobo in at the point. Here's Giannis. The kick out to Hill from past the arc. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill. Brook Lopez is checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Brent, you know, the moving screen is one of those very difficult judgment calls, isn't it?
It's a tough one, Kevin, but what do you look for all the time in replays when you see that call? It's almost like the salsa. I'm looking at the hips and the feet. If the feet are too wide, and Kevin Garnett was the biggest problematic moving screen setter that I ever saw, being 6'11" and spreading out those sticks of his. But if the feet go wider than the shoulder, impossible. And then the hip move as the defender is moving around the screener, just enough of a nudge for him not to be able to catch up.
Yes.
Those are the ones where the referees, I think, are most in tune to in order to blow the whistle.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. We all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, "I guess that's what being an all-star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win." Kevin?
First-time All-Star and well-deserved. David, thank you. First one falls for him.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
A platoon swap here for Phoenix. The Bucks also changing it up. Chris Middleton's checked in for Corver. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for Pat Connaughton. Both free throws good from Hill. And for Hill, Greg, he's a great veteran leader who brings value to a playoff-bound team.
You know, Hill has a game that is effective even when he's not scoring. His leadership and defense will make him a welcome addition to any roster, even as his numbers fade.
Matthews, he's checked in for the Bucks. Ayton dishes to Oubre. Here's Sharch, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And the toughness Saric provides is an important component. A physical, strong forward who does whatever is asked of him.
The Suns have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good.
Well, the Bucks are in a good spot with a young superstar entering his prime.
And they like the fact that this core has more potential in it. It wasn't just a one-hit wonder as they committed to Lopez. They committed to Chris Middleton. And now they think that they can take the next step with Giannis's growth.
Here's Rubio. Takes it out to Booker. Phoenix, no good that time either.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Ilyasova can't hit. Suns trail by 13. Rubio with it. Now guarded by Bledsoe. Passes it to Saric. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. 6 to shoot. There's the pass to Saric. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good.
Well, Mike Budenholzer winning the Coach of the Year for the second time, just has such a great mind offensively and came in with a new system for this entire roster, one that they embraced very early on. I think it was really important last year, training camp, establishing that type of confidence. It carried them through for the entire year.
And for the Milwaukee Bucks, Budenholzer, a big reason they were at top offense last season.
Well, we talked a lot about Bud Ball. You add Giannis Antetokounmpo in there, and Bud's ability to pair Giannis's unique skill set to the way that he wanted to play. It really changed a lot of what they did offensively, and it felt very, very seamless.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
We've seen Lopez be more and more assertive in looking for his shot, which in turn draws the defense's attention to him.
Well, the evolution of Brook Lopez continues as he is now a premier stretch 5. His three-point shot continues to get better and now a huge part of his arsenal.
The first one falls. And Lopez bold enough to give himself a nickname.
Yeah, well, what was it? Splash Mountain or something like that? I guess he's earned it with the work he's put in on his outside shooting. More and more centers these days shooting the 3-ball.
Second free throw, no good.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Rubio looking around. Booker with no one around. Saric kicks it out to Rubio. Pass to Booker. Shoots the 3. And And Chris Middleton pulls it down.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Rubio left side. Kept alive. Here's Ayton. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Brook Lopez.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Well, the development for DeAndre Ayton is going to be all about the pick and roll, both how he runs it and defends it.
I agree, Kevin. If he works with Devin Booker out there as an offensive threat and becomes a guy who can roll with good hands and finish, that's a key for their offense. And you look at his size defensively, he can be imposing.
He's off on the first. Brent, certain players make everyone around them better. Talk about some of those guys who will do that at the very highest level.
The interesting thing about today's game, Kevin, is it's not always the point guard position. I think in the past we thought 2 ways. The point guard, who has the ball in his hands, finding guys for them to make shots. And then through the 80s and 90s, it was low post players who were getting double teams and initiating some offense. Yes. Nowadays, it's a lot of wing guys, and it's guys like Kawhi Leonard, it's guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, throw Draymond Green in there with his ability to pass the ball, Jokic in there with his ability to pass the ball. It's all happening around the three-point line and getting into the gaps. So they look a little bit different, the initiators, in today's game.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
They double him with Booker. And Matthews gets it to go.
Again, floor vision from Eric Bledsoe makes dishing that basketball look easy.
Booker outside. Back to Rubio. Suns moving the ball around. Here's Ayton now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Such a tremendous physical profile that Ayton has. He's getting it done down low.
Middleton finds Lopez. In the corner, Middleton with it. From outside, off the mark. Suns trail by 11. For 3, Booker. Eric Bledsoe with the rebound. And it's Lopez at the elbow. Over Ayton. Lopez, no luck. The Suns shooting around 29% from the floor. Tough night for them all around on the offensive end. And the shot is good.
And how about capitalizing there in close? Saric has the touch to take advantage from just about anywhere.
And stolen by Booker. In the corner, it's Oubre. Launches a 3, and he's good on the 3-ball. Oubre's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Kind of like playing in the rec league, little to no defense on that possession, and the easiest three-pointer you can imagine.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Ayton.
I don't want to give Bledsoe an open lane. That's inviting some trouble.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. Free throw missing.
Eric Bledsoe bounced around a little bit in the early part of his career under the tutelage of Chris Paul when he first came into the league. Seems like he's found a home here and very much settling into his role.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Ilyasova. Korver comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Wesley Matthews. And he's good on the second. There's 25 seconds left now here in the second. Here's a Kobo, guarded by Bledsoe, and the foul on Eric Bledsoe. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Suns have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. The Bucks making a switch here. He hits both from the stripe. Bucks leading by 5. Giannis high post. Kaminsky's there. Here's Giannis. Hits the outside fadeaway. Giannis has got 14 points for the game.
Well, that's a shot they need to have Giannis be capable of making consistently. He's continuing to improve from that area.
And so it's Milwaukee bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Mike Budenholzer. Your defense has been very good. Why has that happened?
Well, I think our guys are committed on that end. Everybody's active. Everybody's covering for each other. And we know how important it is.
Mike, we'll see if it continues in the next quarter. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 14 points, 2 assists, and 7 rebounds. Shaq, let's get your take on Milwaukee.
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it inside to the post. Got to be scoring in the post, splashing to the basket. Just shoot the high percentage shot. No jumpers, no threes. They're being the more aggressive team, the more physical team. They're definitely going to win this game, Ernie.
Kenny, your take on Phoenix.
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.